Hello!
Oh, I'm hyped. BSC 1439 hype.
So long, Bowser! Thank you so much for playing my game.
I missed you guys, frick marbles. BSC underscore 1439.
What up, chat? The green screen's not up yet, so we can't go camera. Oh, I forgot how the streaming thing works. What up, what up, what up, what up? How we doing? We're hyping, dude. Hype train. It's already hype. Oh, actually, you guys can see those who have been to the Feer stream a bunch, they notice the difference. They notice a clear difference in the camera. It is tilted up higher. It's tilted up higher for RLCS. They wanted me to turn. You look older. I guess, yeah. I guess I'm a few days older. You look balder. I have a hat on. No, the camera is slightly tilted up. I usually do it more like this. Pointed more at me.
May I please be knighted again?
I already got you, Fatal Shot. Thank you for the 11 months. LeCrizzle, thank you for the tier 1 for 8 months. Zach is back, is indeed back. Thank you for the 10 months. 74 months of Prime from Limper. Goalie San, thank you for the 9 months tier 1. I said I missed you guys, Frick Marbles.
439.
Koi said DSC 1439 with his tier 1 for 9 months. Fatal Shots wanted to be knighted. He's knighted. I am Bardman with 33 months Prime. Meant to it. Thank you for the 6 months tier 1.
What up, chat?
All right, let's get to the main event. Let's get to the main event. I know what you guys have been waiting for. He's back. He's back. He lost marbles. He served his ban. He's back. DSC 1439 has returned. I need to refresh all my on-screen chats. Comes back and doesn't even bring DSC 1439 with him. Yes, I did. I just wanted to bring him back on screen, okay? He deserved to have an on-screen revival. You did such a great job on mainstream, dude. I especially like the way you doxed your co-casters to hog the spotlight. Wait, what? I don't even know where they're... How could I dox them? I don't even know, like, how I would dox them. I don't know the information to dox them with. Yo, Storm Shadow! Thank you for the Prime. Did you see us on mainstream? Yes, you guys were all over mainstream. You guys were all over that mainstream chat to the point where I had to be like... I would be sitting in the green room and Wavepunk's like, so why is chat all typing -2? Well, you see here, Wavepunk. Sometimes when I make really good jokes, chat types -2. Do I have an IRL DSC 1439? I do not have a cat. Because chat knows ball. There was a lot of cat spam. I can't lie. Healthy portion of cat spam in the mainstream chat. You need a cat? I used to have a cat growing up. Beat, I can't stay forever. I have prom tonight. Aga. Wait, type Aga in the chat if you have prom tonight. What day is it? You have a Wednesday prom? Wait, what? Like in the middle of the summer? You spent like 10 minutes on the wrong Rocket League stream today watching the content, but on the alt... My brain wasn't ready for this message. Let me try again. I spent like 10 minutes on the wrong Rocket League stream the day watching the right content, but on the alt Rocket League account. I'm not even a boomer, so how did I manage that? Oh, you were watching on like the RL Esports, like crowd cam or something? You're always stealing dogs, at least steal one cat. Mid-June prom is indeed insanity. It's not even the start of summer, is that right? Summer starts in 3 days. Are we gonna see Feer in Raleigh? Okay, this is maybe news. Guys, I don't know if this is news from the last time we were live or not, but we are. Feer will be in Raleigh. Now, that being said, I am not going to be commentating. So if you were thinking, oh, that's dope, Fear's in Raleigh, that means they picked him up, he's commentating the 1v1. You'd be wrong. You would be wrong. That is not the case. I am going to the Raleigh Major, and I'm streaming a watch party. Just Mike! They were 37 months of Prime. I said, listen, I'm not going unless I get a place to stream the entire event continuously, and I got that. I got that. Are you gonna sub in for Johnny for Chalk versus First Touch? No, I'm not. How cool would that be, though? Can we get chatters on stream IRL? I mean, I don't know. Usually the streamer setups, by the way, 1 sub, 15 seconds. Anybody have a Prime for Hype Train level 3? Usually it's like in a creator area where the streams are at, or like behind the scenes in some way, in a way that you can't just bring chatters on. I think that makes sense for obvious reasons, right? Are you casting there? No, I am not, Vacanus. But I am gonna go. So I can meet you if you're going to the Raleigh Major. That's one of the main reasons I, decide to go in the first place. Meet everybody there. I'm gonna be able to watch party. Special guests only. Yeah, it's just me and Lemon Kiwi and Veracity. No one else is allowed there. I think we were the 3 special guests. Casper, they have 2 months of Prime.
BSC_9341.
Can you tell us if you're casting or not? At this point, I think we're joking because I've said 16,000 times that I'm not casting. I will be watch partying. Now, I don't know if this is leaked news, but I'll be watch partying with someone. And I assume it'll have to be announced at some point before, it actually happens. Does anybody know? Has the other person by any chance mentioned it? I'm sure they're like really excited and they probably like feel super honored, so they probably couldn't help but mention it right away. Linger! They're the 10 months tier 1. Fear won't read my chat, so I need to know if he said anything about whether he'll be casting in Raleigh or not. Your Fear Kep dream comes true. I don't think Kep goes to the events anymore. I don't think he even tries to go to the events. I think he's just locked himself in his room and he's ready to watch party there for the rest of the time. Chat, the plan is to watch party with the Prom King. The Prom King! Jorias, he'll be in the games. He'll be in the games. That is my understanding. Now, this is me leaking it early. Who knows if something changes. But I figure at some point, it's going to have to come out. Mr. Rentals. Mr. Rentals, dude. Mr. Rettles. Mr. Goat backwards is spelled Slater.
Fear versus Johnny Boy at Raleigh confirmed.
No. No. With K-Dop? That's right. With K-Dop. Did I find a pineapple motel to stay at? I didn't, dude. I should have looked for a pineapple motel. I should have. I did not look for one. I don't know what I was thinking. Appjack will be there, yes, but he will be playing. They should have you award the medal to the 1v1 winner. That'd be sick, dude, but they won't.
1 year.
Also, I want to be watch partying during that time. Thank you for the 12 months, Crafty Games. And Raging Goblin, thank you for the 3 months Prime. Linger for the 10 months. Casper, the 2 months Prime. I think make sure I got all those. I'll be wanting to be watch partying that during that time. Because if I'm doing the medal, then I'd have to like probably leave like during the match and not get to watch party it. They should have the winner award the medal to themselves. 85 stream streak, man. 1 pixie. Yo, yay, CRL! W raid. W raid. Wait, is it this weekend or next? It is next weekend. It is next weekend. Guys, you'll notice at the start of the stream and in the title, we have a bit of an interesting situation. It looks like we have only 1 match today. It looks like we have only 1 match, but I'm really hoping, and maybe even as far as expecting to have 2 matches. I just haven't fully confirmed the first one, so I don't want to put anyone's names down yet. Yureki, thank you for the 18 months Prime. JZ Winkle, thank you for the 12 months Tier 1. We are going to be having international 1v1 matches because everybody is getting here in North America. The North Americans are getting invaded this time in a way that makes sense for players who are coming over for the major. And so they're here. They're here to play. And that's the one we have locked in. Both players confirmed. Oh my goodness.
Usually dodge you live. Much love. Kissing face emoji.
5,301 bits from Storm Shadow. First time chatter. Kissing face emoji. You know what? You're my lover boy. That's such an obnoxious spam. Wait, the spam of 5,301 bits?
Coming, T the bomb. No dot dot tilde ISMH. It's coming. And not inside. Ooh out. P please, AR tilde. It. Esco ooming tilde. MMMH. Yes. Yes. R tilde.
What a great TTS by Soapy. Thank you for the 5,301 bits. Actually a first time paid chatter. But not the normal way. Bro, no way Zen doesn't want to play 2v2 or 1v1. We'll see if Zen's interested in games. Hopefully we get a bunch of streams. This is how it goes every time. We start the week, people start to come into the same location, and we're like, oh, dude, we're going to stream every day. Every single day is going to have 5 matchups. And what usually ends up happening is you get like 1 stream out of it. So we'll try. So right now I'm currently in the cycle of incredibly optimistic that we'll be able to get a bunch of different matchups, but... Sleaze Breeze!
You can't ban me anymore.
Yo! Sleaze Breeze! Thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Oh, by the way, chats. By the way, today's stream is sponsored by none other than Epic Games. It's a 10-year anniversary. It's season 19. W Epic Games. Eric Sean, name of the 10 months. Does my title say 18? Oh, thank you. It's 19, right? 18 just ended. Right? Let me just pull up the game, find out. Let me just look at my Grand Champ title. That'll tell me. When you fully boot up the game, it tells you, right? Maybe I have to restart the game. Guys, it's 19, right? Dude, you guys editing all the copy pastas and putting DSC 1439 in them was pretty good. My favorite was somebody said a nice comment about me, basically the guy I paid to go into the main chat and say nice things about me so that Blast would get me back. But after I paid him to send the message, I felt so awkward about it that I decided to try and copy and change his copy pasta into something else that was like talking about DSC 1439 or maybe it was Zapatos. Either way, I was typing it all out. Turns out Koi, like 3 minutes faster than me, had already done it. He had already adjusted it, already changed it. I gotta leave the memery to the king memer. Like, I just was not fast enough. You were out there in force during 1v1 NA. You guys definitely were in fact out there in force. I can agree with that. Okay. Season 19 is right. Wait, Chip Sharp, how do you have that on copy pasta? If you're cast like a sportscaster, you could listen to it on the radio and know what's happening, see the game, feel the hype, goated. That was the one I changed. Not to be parasocial cringe. You were class, bro. You did a good job, man. Not to be like parasocial. Like, no. DBS, being parasocial is when you're like, hey, man, I like want to hang out with you and your wife and your kid, like for real, for real. That's being parasocial. Saying that I did a good job commentating the game that you come to watch, the content that I, you know, put out to the stream, saying that it's good, that's fine. That's not considered parasocial. You're good. At least I don't think so. That's as far as the compliments will go. First time chatter, I love you, Feet, and Mina RLCS is the best. Yo! I love mobile chatters. Also, why is Feet autocorrected to capitalized, right? Because if you lowercase Feet, then I'm starting to believe that maybe you got autocorrected, but why would you get autocorrected to capital Feet? I think you might have outed yourself as typing capital Feet a lot. You would lowercase Feet? Okay, here's the thing, chat. The guy who we want to have on first is in a scrimmage. We're hoping that when he gets out of the scrimmage, he'll be able to play at his previously agreed upon time. Then we will get his previously agreed upon time opponent, and they will play the match very shortly after we get going here. But they're in a scrimmage right now.
1,439 waves.
Thank you for the 8 months, tier 1. Daniel is so cool. So for now, let us check out the fun new things we can do here in Rocket Cars. What's top 1 right now? Probably Diaz. Shoddy! Oh, I forgot. It's a new season. Is he top 1 without queuing a game? Or is it's such a clean number? 1660 feels like it could be what they reset him to. Chat, the new car. New Rocket Pass. This car is about as close. I mean, to me, tell me what you guys think. To me, this seems like an obvious attempt to try and create another Fennec, which, to be fair, I think they should be doing every time, right? Clearly, the Fennec is caught on, and clearly, it has to be one of their best-selling cars because it is a car that they sell. There's a new. Here we go. So it seems like they've attempted to make, if you ask me, another Octane or Fennec, which should be the goal every time, right? I'm buying the Rocket Pass because Feer showed me how. Please hire him to cast all the 1v1s forever. All right, there it is. Their hands are probably tied, I think. How is the Pogos in the new car?
5. Don't worry, Mentuin. I'll be sure to say hi when I see you, since I won't be able to miss me in line for Falcon signatures with a Falcon shirt with my name on the back.
Feer W1v1.
Mentuin, you're going to be at the Major? Don't worry, Mentuin. I'll be sure to say hi when I see you, since I won't be able to miss you in line with the Falcon signatures with a Falcon shirt with your name on the back. That does sound like something I would not miss. Yo, World Be Free. Thank you for the 9 months Prime. All right, it's getting around that time where it's time for me to friendless watch to see when the scrim ends. Okay, I think the scrim is over. Because the player is in training. Again, it's about 1 hour from when we will do Atow Diaz. But I'm hoping to do one before that. All right, I'm getting desperate. I'm messaging everyone. I'm being that guy, okay? I tried not to, but 1 minute past the time we were going to play, it's officially time to message all of his friends and family. He may not be okay.
5. Why Atow Belgian versus Diaz 1v1 show match.
Yes, that's the plan. Cringe? Yeah, I'm just being cringe. Okay? I'm just being cringe. Messaging all his friends and family. Obviously, Diaz Atow is good enough that we will be doing it no matter what, which is why I just ripped the go live button. Even if we can't squeeze one in here. But we should be able to squeeze one in here. Is Marbles at the end of the stream or when? It's never. Did I mention? We're canceling Marbles. When will we see more dark? Whenever he's down to play some more show matches. Could be a while. All right, let me friends. Let's watch again. If you whisper the match, I won't tell anybody who it is. I'll just make a gamba so chat can bet they won't know who the players are, though. Are we getting scammed? We all came here for the real content. Listen, we might have to do a marbles game or two if we can't fill out this time slot. But even if we don't get who we want, we could always look around for some other matches that could be interesting. And hopefully we get more matches throughout the weeks before the major. Also, Cash Cup. I don't know if you guys knew this, but there is a Cash Cup going on. Maybe you guys know more than I do, but I didn't realize the Cash Cups were going to be starting. There's another 1v1 Cash Cup. So we have Cash Cups this weekend. In the midst of RLCS not going on for one weekend, they have filled it with a Cash Cup, which is cool. So we should be able to watch some of that. Okay. Remember when I said I was messaging everyone? I was lying. I actually only messaged one additional person. I could message more people. I could message a lot of people. But at some point, the solution is not to just add more people to message. Good job on the special guest stream. Message me, smiley face. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I did well. That's right. I'll go out and say it. I think it was good. I think we had another good stream. I feel like the EU one went well. I think like the NA one went well too. I think there's probably always stuff to improve, but I'm already more comfortable with it. 4th day commenting on the mainstream now. They picked up the MENA Grand Final like we wanted. The MENA Grand Final went hard, just like we knew it would. So it was a good time all around, if you ask me. We got Diaz versus Nupo at LAN. That's going to go crazy. That's going to go absolutely crazy. Diaz Nupo. 1v1 World Championship. Bates was hard glazing you. Dope casting. Yo, thank you, Virulent Llama. Guys, did you see at the end there? I feel like Wavepunk tried to like lob me up a plug. Pretty sure he wanted me to like be like, yo, come to twitch.tv/Feer to watch 1v1. But I bailed. I backed out. I'm not sure that it felt right to me. But if I had done it, we can all agree I'd be a 100,000 streamer right now. We'd have 100,000 viewers here. The stream would be massive. So I'm such a Giga Chad for not doing that. It's because you're a marble streamer. It's definitely not because I'm embarrassed of how my chat behaves. And I don't want them to find out, right? All right, one person is asking if it's cooked. Unsure yet the level of cookedness. It seems potentially cooked. Might try and find someone else to play you. It does seem fairly cooked. We thought this could happen. We're ready to pivot when need be. So let's think about how many pivot angles we have here. Can you at least tell us who it would have been? No, because I don't want people to be weird. I feel like if people don't end up playing or something, I don't know, people can be weird. They'll be like, oh, that guy should have played. Usually if you find out a name and then it doesn't work out, it's because I felt like I fully locked it in, and then at that point, whatever. If someone drops, someone drops. But I would say we were about like 65 to 70% locked, which is just nowhere near enough. You're not locked until you're locked. But like I said, Atow and Diaz, we have mentioned that. I think that one's locked, so I feel good about mentioning that one. We will look for another opponent here that could be interesting. Let's see. Diaz versus Yan for the title of Sam King. I don't know why we would finally get Diaz versus Yan after all this time when they're both on North American soil instead of earlier. Okay, here's the problem. It looks like the team that was scrimming just like ended scrim and then immediately sprinted away from their PCs universally. So but this is how it goes, man. This is the life of trying to get matches during pre-major stuff. It always seems like it'll be a bit more likely than it ends up being. But let's see. We could always get like a obviously not as exciting matchup where we just get players who could play each other at any moment. It's not as cool as getting one that can only happen for the major. Okay, wait a second. There's maybe a small chance it... We've made contact with not the player, but people adjacent to the player. It's Daniel, don't lie. They lost and the team manager said, let's review. Honestly, that's... I mean, I understand that the major is going to be priority. That's just the life we run. I figure we could yap forever. Yapathon. Just go live for a yapathon. There's we could do predictions is one thing that I thought about doing. We could go through and predict the series. What hour is the match? The next hour is the Atow versus Diaz one. And in the next, who knows? Yeah, I'm trying to contact the marbles devs so they could boot up the marbles. Did you see the Blast has a prediction site? I heard about that. I haven't used it yet. Is it really good, chat? Is it the replacement for Cody V? Is Cody V out of a volunteer job that he did not get any compensation for? It's sick? Yes? Ooh. Okay. They were competing with a pretty darn good spreadsheet. Okay, we may have the game. Yo! All right, we've got him. We've got him in the lobby. I need to do a little bit more adminning here. And then we'll be good to go. All right, I'll do a hype announcement here. I'm sure I'll get the scoreboard set up here in time. Wait. Oh, 1 second. Just 1 second. Tango and Breeze, Sleaze Breeze. They were the 14. Okay, we're ready to announce it.
I'm the French fan boss. Yo.
Nailed it. Hit the drop perfectly. That's how I remember it. That's how I remember it. Thank you for the subs, chats. Jackpot Roper. Okay, we got Evoh versus Vetira. And we're going new stadium, of course. Hashtag epic partner. Hashtag season 19. Hashtag boot up the game. You get the free nice shots goal explosion, which is actually pretty nice. And new rocket pass. New club features. New everything. New stadium sucks. I'll be the judge of that. I'll be the judge. No bots, please. No bots in my lobby. Okay, let me adjust the title as well. $250. That's right, $250 show match. These guys both ready. We want 5 or 7. I'm assuming they're gonna want 5, but on the off chance they want 7. We can, all right, 7 it is. 7 it is. Let's go. Let's go. We'll put, looks like I have, well, Vetira is the blue wall. We'll put him on blue. All right. I think we're gaming. I think it's time to be gaming. Chat, we go. We have Vetira versus Evoh, and I just heard Shogun. This is my first time booting into the new arena, the DFH Stadium 10-year anniversary. We're sponsored by Epic Games today. Shout out them for dropping the prize pool here for today's matches. We've got cross-region matchups because we are into the major days, the few days before the major. Nice flick from Vetira. What a better save from Evoh. Evoh has been playing some crazy defense recently in his 1v1 game. So check out the season 19 updates. A lot of stuff going on, including this new arena. I'm getting all scrambled here as we got quickly into the match, but Evoh going to be the first on the board. Both these guys finishing around top 4 in their respective region. Or actually, you know what? Vetira didn't. I think Vetira would have, is the thing. I was going to say they finished top 4 in their 1v1s in RLCS, but Vetira DQ'd a game, had to go from lowers, and ended up getting eliminated, I think, by some very strong players. I think there's a good chance that we would have seen all of KC into top 4, and then Moxie still winning. I mean, Moxie proved that he was going to win. So we'll see how Vetira will match up against Mr. Evoh, one of the top players from North America. Nice fake from Vetira to get his second goal. There are a ton of there's a ton of people who are believing in North America in this split. I don't know if you guys are one of them in chat, but this is the most hype that North America has gotten in a long time. If you are one of the people who believe in North America, type nice shot in the chat, because it will also make me see if my quick chat thing is working. Because for these sponsored matches, we're going to have quick chat as opposed to regular chat. I realized I didn't get it going. And you know what? It's not working right now. So we'll have to see. Maybe we'll do it in between games. Right now, there will be no chat. I promise there is a ton of people here watching. Everyone is really hype. I know those of you on the YouTube don't see any messages at all in the chat. But oh, let me tell you, it's flying like crazy. And not a single one of them are typing frick YouTube. I know, it's crazy. Normally, you guys are used to them typing frick YouTube. But this time around, it's actually exclusively hearts, hearts, hearts. I love the YouTube. I want to be a YouTube commenter. I wish I watched everything on YouTube. Hashtag love, hashtag heart. I mean, I know it's very different than what they normally do, but that's what they're saying. Evoh going to show off the nice shot goal explosion here on a great air dribble reset. Roll the ball forward on his air roll before using the flip and doubling on the back wall. Absolutely nasty. Vetira not going to take on the Diaz challenge from the back wall, especially when Evo's going to give him space. Might as well just start it from the ground. Much simpler. What, I can't get over that I'm hearing Shogun. Shogun is commentating this series with me. It's amazing. I've always wanted to co-commentate with Shogun, and now I get to. He is in the game. They added him as an in-game announcer here for DFH Stadium. It used to be a joke that he was in the game, and he was Champions Field announcer, but now he's legit in. Okay, I have to, like, shut up so that I can hear all of his different voice lines. Something about the back of the net there. Vetira up 4-2 as he throws out another fake. He's doing Evoh dirty. Evo's had some great reactionary defense. Oh, that was the last time Vetira touched it, too. Just a kickoff win that he zap dashes into the corner. No demo, and then a fake shot. Gets him dirty. Chewbacca, thank you for the 57 months of Prime. Much appreciated. Can't do Nupo versus Diaz. I think we will not be seeing Nupo versus Diaz until we see it on land. Now that it is fully confirmed, I think there's no reason to run it early. I mean, if I'm one of those players, I am not letting the other guy get a look at playing against me until I'm actually on land. No reason to scrim. You'll see it a ton in early matches in like a Swiss or something. Teams are not scrimming the one team that they play first. They'll usually... What is going on? Evo's saying sorry. My guess is he'll give up a goal here because Vetira is very clearly distracted or something. Or no. He'll just take it. He'll take it, but he'll be sorry about it. You know, and that makes him up for it. It is a prize match after all. You can have the goal back if you want. Okay. making him. Okay, there. Okay, I thought he was gonna like force Vetira to say something. This is the most interesting back and forth of goals being gifted, where you take a free goal, then you play a regular kickoff. He's like, I actually kind of like this kickoff. I don't want to give him this kickoff for free. Then you get to the next kickoff, and you're like, this kickoff I don't really like anyways. You can just have it. Vetira might stop this on the goal line and force Evoh back, but he is going to tap it in. So just a couple extra seconds off the clock for Vetira. I like his zap dashes, looking clean. The landing wave dash. We did push the zap dash agenda on the mainstream. There's nothing that can be done to stop us. We were asked, you know, what do we want to make a segment about day 2? And I decided Mr. Zapatos, because he is, you know, the only guy left in day 2 who you know, doesn't make mainstream for 3v3. So I want to do something focusing on him. We got to push the zap dash agenda. Vetira, he is just doing Evoh dirty right now with the fakes. He is trying to be reactionary. He's shown that he can cover crazy shots. But right now, he's going to have to start challenging Vetira, or he's just going to fake his way all the way to a victory. And in fact, here's going to be a fake kickoff from Vetira. Evo's down to go next. That'll be the end of game number 1. 9-5. Vetira up 1-0 in this best of 5. Do the arenas always play the losing soundbite because I'm not on a team? Is it like you either win or you lose? One second. I'm trying to see if I can fix my bot on the fly. Oh, no. I'm not going to be able to. I think we're just going to have no chat today. Probably. Wait. Maybe I can. 1 second. Okay, give it a go. Type some quick chats, see what happens.
3, 2, 1,
Game number 2. It is Vetira versus Evoh. Quick chats, chat is up. Now I'll try and stage just once because people get really mad in the comments. And I really think that they're a little bit off base, so that's why I've continued to do it again. During the sponsored segments, you know, we know how chat can be, always spamming crazy things. So instead, we're going to control it with quick chats, where you can type a quick chat and it'll show up on screen. And it's just a way to keep people involved. It's really not a big deal. Some people get really mad about the fact that chat's gone or that it should just be nothing. But listen, I think this is a little bit more fun than nothing. Nice save by Vetira. So this is what it's going to be. It's really unfortunate because the I love YouTube comments don't make it through, and they are being spammed like crazy. 0-0 into this first minute. First touch reset for Evoh. Trying to get Vetira with the same kind of fakes as he backs off on the wave dash. But Vetira not falling for any of that. Interesting. Ooh, Evoh almost made up for that. I don't think it was an intentional 180 on the recovery. And I think one of the reasons why is because he panicked so much afterwards. It was actually a pretty decent turn, but if he takes like a millisecond and lines up a better challenge, I think it might have been better. It was not toxic, you just did a crazy touch. Oh, I missed a nice one, okay. Evoh dodging this demo. And trying not to let this game get too out of hand here. It's yet to be seen how much he's going to be able to break down Vetira's defense. And Evoh is not as clean as he once was, just leaving free open shot opportunities. He's fortunate that Vetira was not able to put that on target. Vetira pre-flipping into a reset. Can't find anything. And will have to back off. A lot of people excited to see what KC has in store for this next major. As Vetira gets a clean catch after starting from the dribble from the back wall. Evoh takes it away and should have an easy second tap here to tie up the game. Vetira going to get a straight kickoff goal. Evoh maybe a little bit more in form coming into this show match here because he's playing his RLCS 1v1s a little bit more recently. Don't know how much Vetira has kept up. Shogun, I could believe that save. That one does get denied, Shogun. That one does get denied. Thank you for your contribution. Those felt like pretty easy saves, but Vetira getting dunked on a backflip challenge. I was making sure to hold off so I could hear Shogun scream, goal! Can he be turned off? Mods, can we turn Vix off? Can any moderators turn that guy off who suggested turning Shogun off? Evoh wants a bump, doesn't get it. Now a little sandwich reset with the ceiling. Vetira falling high as well. They're both going to meet on the ground. Evoh's been a little bit dash happy, I would say, to an extent that has been a bit overkill as he's lost his footing a few times. Vetira going to easily steal away this attempted ground double. So we have ourselves a low-scoring game number 2. We'll see if that ends up favoring Evoh, who has launched this ball farther out than Vetira was expecting. And he cannot get back. It'll be Evoh in the lead. Vetira in so deep on the side wall, expecting a high dribble. He was getting up there to stop any sort of air dribble setup. Evoh just launches it straight out ahead on the ground. Delay kickoff now. Evoh back on the goal line, trying to see what he can do with 9 boosts. He did indeed swat it away like Shogun tells us he did. And another swat away. Vetira, air dribble bump, air dribble cringe. What does Shogun have to say for it? Nothing. Vetira, air dribbling off the back wall. Ceiling height the whole way. Lost control of the ball, though, and that final flip did not get a touch. That was a long one. I talked over it, but I might have to just shut up on every save for a bit till I get to hear every line. It does indeed find the back of the net, Shogun. As Evoh is up 4-2. Vetira needs a bucket here and a quick follow-up. Can he get the double? Nice front flip double. It's not often the way you see players going for this, but Vetira just flipping all the way through. Gets his car back around and lines up the double. They're running out of time indeed. 30 seconds left. Does the other arena say anything at 30 seconds? Shogun letting Vetira know that he's indeed running out of time. Evoh, though, gonna hand him the ball as Vetira clears it away and tries to make... He counts down 10-1. Who needs me when I've got Shogun, dude? It's like free content. I just boot up the stream and say Shogun is casting. All right, Vetira wants to go next. I'll tick down that last second for him. Evoh wins game number 2. We want more. This is all in the new update. Check out season 19. Hashtag Epic Partner. Hashtag thanks to Epic for sponsoring today's prize pool. Hashtag one more game. Hashtag Shogun in DFH Stadium. Hashtag Rocket Pass. Hashtag new club update. Hashtag. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is on the new update. Game number 3. Counted down by Shogun himself. Does he do that on just the first kickoff? I feel like I didn't hear him on every single kickoff. A phenomenal dunk by Vetira. Yeah, okay, just counts on the first one. Evoh continuing to set up what can only really be expressed as like almost freestyle wave dashes. And then that extra single jump there too just seems like he's insistent on hitting as many dashes as possible. Pre-jump to the high chip and then rotated back down and flip through for a pretty solid 50 defensively from Evoh. Trying not to get faked any longer as they vie for control at the midfield. Vetira still comes out on top. Soft touch to himself. Power shot top left. And a 2-0 lead. Does anybody know, is this decal that Vetira is using right now? Is this from the new Rocket Pass? I feel like I haven't seen this one before. Evoh with a kickoff win to the sidewall. Classic NA Rocket League, but took the ball just a bit too high. Makes that ceiling challenge easy. Something that has become a regular part of 1v1 defense nowadays. Back when that wall to air dribble was doing its best work was before anyone was brave enough to go to the ceiling to intercept. Now it's an essential part of scoring those that to keep the ball, you know, almost just mid-height in the arena, maybe 3/4. So it's just awkward enough to challenge off the ceiling, but still high in the air. Evoh has the reset, trying to read Vetira. Nice save from Vetira to react off the top of the backboard too. Evoh tried to wait as long as possible to get his wheels separated and make it tough for him to make an adjustment. Evoh's going to pass to himself off the back wall. He's into a great dribble. Resets. Decides to just go safe. Wave dash to the ground instead of going all in. Probably the best idea. Now pass it to himself low. The way Vetira has been prepping on sidewalls. Not a bad adjustment from him to potentially catch him out. He chain dashes through the corner and throws on a soft flick. Not going to be able to get away with that. Vetira tries to demo Evoh. Doesn't work out, but does bait him into just throwing the ball into the corner. A ball rolling on the back wall is not good for offense, and Vetira convinced him to do that. Evoh snagging the midfield 100. Trying to pass to himself and did not succeed in doing so. He's just staying on ball at all times, maybe worried about a challenge or a takeaway, but Vetira could just sit on the goal line and wait until the possession is handed to him. Evoh cannot find the angle, so these guys trading back and forth. Shot attempt after shot attempt. Vetira has such clean catches. He did this earlier on an air dribble across the whole field. Just the perfect catch. Evoh gonna have to bail out again. I'll try to remember when Shogun's gonna say things. Good stop! Evoh being a pest. Taking the ball away. He needs this boost respawn. It does show up. But again, seems to be just one step ahead of himself. Although he did chip this one on target. Is it just gonna be a goal? Can Vetira not get back? Oh! It is a goal! I thought he was one step ahead of himself, but he knew what he was doing. Vetira looks for the demo and cannot find his way back to the goal line in time. It took Evoh many minutes, but it did feel like he was handling that possession well. He does get on the board and now has another chance off kickoff. Vetira to the back wall. Fake pre-jump, then an actual jump with the ball. And Evoh doesn't hold on to possession well, just hands it over. Vetira hands it right back, though, so another chance here for the American. Trying to keep this air dribble at a height that can be threatening. Hard to do when fighting against that downward momentum. Now he's rotated back. Continuing to react to what feels like, you know, a second late to what Vetira is doing and just trying to get away with it. It's something that he has been able to do in his recent 1v1s, but never seems easy. As this time, he's going to throw another easy shot on target. Far too easy to really scare Vetira much. Most importantly, far too easy to result in him keeping possession as Vetira takes over control, but he sets it up on the side wall. Maybe Evoh knows what he's doing. Vetira is own goaling, and Evoh will have no trouble tapping it in. He needs Vetira to have the ball so that he can roll him up a side wall and then double it in off the backboard for him. 31 seconds left to go. Still really low scoring. Cheeky kickoff here. Ties it up. Only 30 seconds left we are told by Shogun. And Evoh has himself a great chance. First touch is solid. Pass to himself off the ceiling. Has the reset, but it's a bit one-dimensional. When you fall that far away from the ball, only thing you can do is really flip straight to it and try and go for one last power shot. Something that Vetira can expect. And he will read it, take it to the other side, and score what is likely the game-securing goal. Evoh not giving up on it, though. He's going to go ahead, try and see if he can get a quick one. He didn't, so it's over. Vetira going to go up in the series 2-1. A nice best of 7 for $250, courtesy of Epic. Check out Season 19. This is the main issue I had with Feer's casting during NA1s. I never knew when there was 30 seconds left. 500? Sheesh! Wait, when did that come through? When did that come through? $500 prize now, by the way. I see it on my list, but did it get muted or something? At the very start? Oh, okay. That is how Vakinus times it. Let's play it again. Vakinus with another 500? We shouldn't be too surprised. Wait, what is that? Vakinus dropping another 500? Next thing you're going to tell me that one guy is going to drop 5 gifted again. Actually, I think he drops 10 gifted usually when he arrives. Forget his name, though. Shows you how bad of a streamer I am. Game number 4. $500 prize. Courtesy of Epic Games and Vakinus. I missed the donation at the start of the matches. Completely my fault. But he has added to the prize pool here for this game and the next one. So a hefty prize for these guys to play for here in preparation for the major. I've heard rumors already about Evoh. You know, I hate to put too much stock in the rumors. But rumor has it he could be trying out with Rebellion. According to Shift. Who knows? It is all just rumors after all. Evoh gonna grab a demo. And boom, a power shot. Vetira cannot respawn in time. Yo, it is indeed Shogun. I couldn't agree more. A demo and then a power shot is indeed Rocket League. Evoh grabbing another demo. Although I don't think the demo was the outplay here. I think Evoh was just flipping this ball over the top of Vetira, and that had already happened. Yeah, by the time the demo hits. Vetira forcing a 50. Now back has control, wants to fake Evoh again. Earlier in the series, Vetira was faking Evoh left and right, having him flying around the map. He's trying to chain some dashes together to return. He's not going to make his way back. Evoh, this is one of the benefits of spamming dashes every single second. Sometimes it does pay off and gives you an advantage. Here, he spams all of his dashes to get to the midfield, steal the 100. He probably isn't stealing that midfield 100 without using the dashes when stuck on 0 boost. So he seems to be really comfortable making saves, but I'm not sure he should be. Has no trouble backing off, forcing the ball high this time. Cannot get a solid 50. Vetira too good at forcing it down. Now, fake kickoff from him. 180 wave dash. Power shot. Evoh falls for it. Vetira bringing out the 1v1 specialties. Has himself a 4-2 lead. Evoh gonna run off to the back corner. Has a reset. Misses the flick or was attempting to fake it. Evoh's been really good at being a pest. It's interesting. He's kind of mixed 2 playstyles together. One ultra aggressive playstyle where when it's around Vetira's net, he's all over the ball and just does his best to try and make something happen. And then also backs completely off to his own net when Vetira has possession. It's like he does not want to play any midfield game. Has Vetira on low boost now, so we'll keep the ball floating high in a dangerous position. Force save after save is what he's hoping to do here to eventually break him down. As he dunks the clear out of the corner, can he get a dish off the back wall? I think he decides it's not worth throwing too much of his momentum into. He wants to have boost advantage against Vetira. He doesn't want to just have the ball, so he does go to the midfield 100. Problem is that it's going to allow Vetira to get more than enough to work with. Vetira never goes for 100 himself, but he doesn't need it. He can absolutely make a play on the amount of boost he has. Problem is, Evoh pinpoints it top rights and cancels his front flip just to be able to double this in and even protect the ball too. If Vetira tried to jump into it, chances are he just would have been bumping Evoh. Vetira shooting one top shelf. And now having to back off. Evoh trying to speed it past him. That's not an easy thing to do against any member of the Karmine Corp. But that is what he does. Vetira even with a little cheeky dash on his way down from the wall. 4-4. Vetira a little bump onto Evoh. A demo, but then he saves his own shot. And Evoh is going to be able to respond in this time. Ooh, good first chip, though. Oh, what a save from Evoh. Got around and forced it off the post. Vetira will try again on a nice low dribble that cannot be challenged from the ceiling. Leans back for a reset, and it just falls underneath Evoh, whose reactionary defense had been exceptional up until this point. But I want to see it from his POV. Just expecting a little bit more on that. Or maybe he thought he had kept his height in the right spot to still clear away that ball if it went low. But Vetira was able to sneak it under. Now kickoff goal to extend it even more. 6-4. Minute left to go. Vetira loves his diagonal fake kickoff, and Evoh seems to continue to fall for it. I am loving these first touch catches from Vetira. For some reason, they just seem so smooth, so perfect. I've seen a lot of players try and gain control of a dribble falling from heights, and Vetira is like glue right now. Evoh's dropping a what a save as Vetira makes a save and a turtle goal the other way, pinning it off that bottom corner, and Evoh's down to go next. Another game win for Vetira. A $500 prize pool show match. Vetira elected best of 7. Will he end up regretting that as we head to game number 5? Give me some water. KC is already in NA. Yeah, I think they're at James Bot's place. I think they are boot camping in North America at James Bott's facility based on where they were saying they generally were, unless there's another place to boot camp around where James Bott is. Game number 5. Why is KC already in the States? It's way too early IMO. The only reason why I would think coming to the place you were going to play too early would be a mistake is if you're worried you wouldn't be able to get good EU scrims or something. Like if you normally are scrimming against top EU teams. Ooh, Evo's so close to getting a double. But otherwise, I would think you can't get there too early. I mean, I guess you can. Getting there like 2 years too early is a bit ahead of time or something, but getting acclimated to the new time zone, nice flick from Vetira, by the way. Especially if everybody from EU, like all the top teams from EU, MENA come early as well. I mean, that's just ideal for the travelers. If you ask me, start getting your reps in the new location, get used to the time zone, get comfortable. Get ready for the tournament, if you ask me. And clearly they seem to agree as well, as they're here nice and early. I know that the OCE guys would come earlier than anybody. So I think they're probably already here as well. As Evoh going to put on his first here in this must-win game for him. Because the OCE guys have way more of a time zone adjustment than anybody else. So I don't think they have to mess around. Vetira, intentional kickoff loss to his own back wall. And he might end up regretting it. Depends how Evoh handles this. He couldn't fly through the corner boost. He was hoping to get a 50 and fall through it, but sent too high. Now forcing Vetira off the back wall and putting him on the back foot again. Eventually converting for a goal. Habibi, by the way, they gave it 2 months, 4 minutes ago. And Jabazinator, thank you for the 6 months tier 1. Evoh popping this one up as he picks up the back corner boost. Vetira's throwing one on target. Evoh doesn't feel strong enough to bring it all the way to the ground for a carry, or would rather play it in the air. He cannot pick up those extra boost pads, and he'll get scored on because of it. I think if he turned back immediately, he has less boost, but he probably stops this goal. He thought he could get away with either a couple pickups, or he got bumped by Vetira maybe on the landing that forced him out there. Either way, it's a tie game now. Vetira just 1 game away from securing this series. And he has been the one to mix up his kickoff a bit more. He's had occasional heavy delays, which we see from all the KC guys when they play 1v1. But also some fakes on the diagonals. And in many cases, they've been converted for a couple goals. That could be the difference. Evoh maybe got the resets. Not sure he would have used it either way. Evoh going to take this to the back wall. Looking to see if he can escape, which he has done so successfully. Vetira wanted to make sure he was uncomfortable. Evoh stayed calm, stayed strong. Able to control a couple quick touches for a lead halfway through the game. Do you think they need a work visa to compete in RLCS? I think so. But I think for the most part, these players, they need some kind of visa. But I think they haven't figured out. Because I just know because players have had visa troubles before and then like missed entire events because they couldn't get it figured out in time. As I understand, everybody will get approved. It's just like really slow. So you got to make sure you're doing it like day one that you know you're going to be there. And I think it's the worst with the US. Seems like everywhere else there's a LAN, there's never really the same troubles. Oh my goodness. So many mind games here on the goal line before the eventual backflip shot that does get saved. Evo's going to swat this one away and use it to counter. 4-2. It is indeed Rocket League Shogun. A player with their series life on the line. So far clutching up. But far from the end of this game. 2 goals with a minute 30. Evo's going to die. So it'll be Vetira with 100. Both from the midfield and the back corner. And now we'll set up an attack. A very forward dribble. Evoh able to send it to the back wall because it has such momentum. It's going to get saved out far into the midfield where Evoh can counter it. One of the dangers of taking such a speedy dribble towards the nets is that ball has a lot of speed to be redirected. Whereas if you can be a Diaz and slow dribble it all the way in, the clears are not quite as big. Nice save by Vetira. He's going to get demoed. So no counterattack. But Evoh passed to himself on the hook shot, slams it far too high, and now is in a tough position with 3 boosts. Will bump Vetira and try and just buy himself time. He does have a 3-goal lead, so just diving on the ball and buying seconds is probably good enough to get the win. As Vetira does reset this one around him. Evoh tried to challenge from the opposite corner. It was indeed beautiful, Shogun. Couldn't agree more. As Evoh just misreading the movement there from Vetira. Nice outplay. Vetira off the back wall, wants a 50, doesn't get it. Chips up. Evoh has a save with 5 boosts. Has he flipped this one out of danger? Oh, he tried to get a pre-flip reset, I think, in order to get another touch. But instead, he'll just continue to make save after save. Vetira might score here? No. It'll get tapped away. Game number 5 going to go to Evoh. Vetira will indeed regret it if Evoh gets 3 straight because he's the one who picked best of 7. I don't think the fans are disappointed. Just because we the spectator lost Shogun, you know, there are some fans of Evoh. Which, by the way, I think both these guys are using some of the new banners from the challenges today that are live. Hashtag login, hashtag get the nice shot goal explosion, hashtag epic partner, hashtag epic games, hashtag thanks for sponsoring this prize pool, hashtag thanks to Vacunus as well. JBP5555, thank you for the 11 months prime. Hashtag DSC1439. I had a lot of explaining to do to you guys, about you guys, to the various commentators for the 1v1 event in the RLCS. Can you still get Gold Crush? My understanding is you guys get Gold Crush for logging in like next week or maybe 2 weeks or at some point during the season. You log in. Right now the login reward is the nice shot goal explosion. But at some point you just log in and get Gold Crush. I think it's later. Feer, look at Steam. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, one sec. We're currently doing some refereeing, some reviewing, some figuring out. There's a small chance that this best of 7 just turned into a retroactive best of 5. That went the distance, might I add. It was a really close best of 5 that went all the way to game 5. That's what the history books will say. Give back the anus man his $500. Tough YouTube video. Surprise! Surprise! The series actually was a best of 5, and it's over. We'll see. Give us one more second. I'm thinking we just adjust the overlay here. And would you look at that? Vetira wins. Yeah, I think it's just unlucky. I think it is just unlucky. I think we just go best of 5 with a we weirdly play out game 5 even though Vetira already won. But Evoh has scrims. It's impossible to know who he might be scrimming with, but a nice set of 5. Yeah, who doesn't mind a good set of 5? Okay, an awkward finish, but still at the end of the day, it was a best of 5. At the end of the day, we got ourselves a nice clean best of 5, which is, if we had just done a best of 5, no one would be like scammed. Everyone would have been like, well, that was fun. What a good time. It just so happened that Evoh, you know, he didn't have time for a best of 7 in retrospect. I mean, it didn't even go to 7. It went to 5 games. He barely had time for a best of 5, which, what can you do? I think we had a great time. Did we not? Did we not? Ones in chat if you had a great time. All right, chat. We're gonna watch some ads and we'll do Atow Diaz. We're discussing whether or not the next one will go. Okay. The next one's going to be best of 5 for the same reason, I think. I don't think we have time for a full 7. I'm going to have to take Swarls' sword away. Too much spam. We do not have time for Marbies either, chat. We do not have time for Marbies. We have a couple minutes. You know what we should do instead? We should all go check out the Rocket League FC Clash, where we can rock some new challenges and get some new
To the party.
Adidas
How was
FC
the game?
decals. Can you say Pog and Champion? Hashtag Epic Partner. Hashtag check out Season 19. I have yet to get my challenges done. But I will. Quoga! They have 24 months tier 1. Late to the party, how was the game? It was really fun. It was so much fun that even though Vetira won the best of 5, we played game 5 anyways. Just for the giggles. And, would you believe it? All right, 30 seconds and we get going. It's looking like Diaz is going to rock the new car. Diaz potentially rocking the new car with me. Does he have a season reward as well? I can't remember if these are season rewards, guys, because I'm going to be honest. I didn't get season rewards this time around. You guys want to see what season rewards I got? This is the worst. This is the worst it's been in a long time. Let me find them. I think they're these ones. Season 18 Silver. Silver rewards. W. This is, I mean, hey. Your streamer is silver. Is that cool or? All right, let's put Atow again on the blue for the blue wall. Diaz on the orange. Best of 5. Gamer's gonna game. Let's rip. Yes, we did do a bunch of ads, but we just do ads in the middle for the person who was mentioning that, so that we can reduce ads during the games. And it's always in between games either way. Here we go! I let you guys listen to Shogun Countdown here on this new, beautiful DFH Stadium Arena. It's a 10-year anniversary of Rocket League, and they are celebrating with some nice additions to the game, including this car that Diaz is rocking here that is in the Rocket Pass. I think it's their attempt at making, you know, a new Fennec or Octane, and I think that that's the right play. Here's the actual Fennec, and here is the new Zentari. Is that how you say it? That Diaz is rocking and attempted to take down Atow with today. You can check it out by just logging in to Rocket League. Thank you to Rocket League and Epic Games for sponsoring today's matches. We got a nice best of 5 between the North American Rocket League 1v1 champion Diaz and I believe a top 6 finisher in Atow. Atow eliminated by the eventual champion over there in EU 1v1 when he lost to Moxie. But we'll see how he does against Mr. Full Field Air Dribble himself in Diaz here today. Atow with the back pass. Oh, why? But why, Diaz? but why give him the ball? Atow flicked this one away, lost control of it, and Diaz says, here you go, bud. You lost this. You can have it. And throws it out ahead to him to make sure Atow gets the goal. Blown up, leaving the tier 1 for 14 months. We're going to go best of 5 here, as I believe Atow's got a scrim to hit up within the hour here. So best of 5 should complete just right on time, as Atow will flick it over the top of Diaz and make it 3-0. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention that the chat on screen will just be the quick chats that anybody types in Twitch chat, which is how it'll be during any sponsored segments from now on. If that bothers you too much, then might be time to take a little chill pill. Let's have a little bit of fun. Atow not able to stop this one. Did it say denied on the goalpost? Wait, after it went in? Or right before it went in? Because I think Atow got a save here. Shogun just ripped a denied on the goalpost as Atow owned gold, which is incredibly toxic from Shogun. I think Diaz is rocking a ton of the new Rocket Pass stuff, if I had to guess. Because he's got a bunch of different items that I've never seen before, including the car. Why is it best of 5 and not best of 7 like the previous? I asked the players what they wanted to play, and they mentioned best of 7 last time, but I actually don't think they had the time for it. We ended up playing only 5 games anyways, so this one we just got ahead of ourselves and said, let's just run a best of 5 from the get-go. There's a lot of talk, actually. I don't know if this is worth bringing it up. The RLCS 1v1s, a lot of the 3v3 mains, nice resets from Diaz to go up 4-3. A lot of the talk from the 3v3 main fans were that 7 is too long. That best of 7s is too much in 1v1. Now, for those of you in chat today, I don't think you agree. Type no with 4 O's if you disagree and you love yourself a good best of 7. But I'd be willing to, give up and go best of 5 if that's what the 3v3 fans needed to get interested into the game mode. Like us 1v1 fans could probably keep ourselves entertained with a best of 9, although that does feel a little bit much. But best of 7s for big grand finals, for big prize matches like this one, we all love it. But I'm sitting here saying I'm willing to make the appropriate consolations if it means you add more 1v1 to RLCS. If you said, hey, we'll add 4 players that make it to LAN and play in a mini bracket, but they have to be best of 5s, I'd say sure. I'd make that trade in a heartbeat. I still think you get a lot out of 1v1 best of 5, so if we did have to switch it, I wouldn't cry too much. Don't speak for us. We're not willing to do that. And see, that's why I'm out here making the deals for you guys. I guess I'm not, but that's why you should have someone like me who's willing to make at least some compromises making the deals. Atow is going to hit Diaz with his own dribble all the way across the field. So much movement on that final reset inside the posts. Okay, just type in chat the number that you think it should be best of. The grand finals. 1439. Yeah, should have seen that one coming. 1439 and 69 seem to be the 2 most requested amounts. That is some smart thinking from you guys. As Atow is going to make it 6-5. What server are they playing on is a great question to ask. Especially if I have not answered it. These guys are in the U.S. for the major. These guys being KC. Diaz is in the U.S. because he played the split in the U.S. and I think has stayed there until he goes to the major, if I had to guess. So he's been here. And Atow is also in the U.S. boot camping for the major. So these guys are playing on U.S. East. U.S. East, this is what's kind of fun about these matchups, is we have some cross-region matchups on low ping. Here, I'll even show you the scoreboard. After this 50. 24 ping, 36 ping between these two. No longer can ping be blamed. Diaz is used to having to play his matches on 130, so this has got to be much nicer for him. Diaz backing off here, and now into a dribble over the top of Atow to make it 7-6. A lot of talk, as always, about how the regions will match up with each other in 3v3. That is something that has been answered a ton in 3v3. Wait, did I say in 3v3? Sorry, has been answered a ton in 3v3. Yeah, but not in 1v1 yet. We've seen Sam versus EU, but we've yet to see any of the regions on LAN competing low ping. You know, all these guys who have played high ping for so long, Diaz, all of the Saudis, they always have the excuse of saying, oh, well, you know, I did play on higher ping than you. Therefore, none of my losses count and only my wins count. All of that finally gets to be erased on the biggest stage in front of the crowd. Going to be very exciting to see how Mr. Diaz, who is clearly a North American and not a South American, will match up against Mina at LAN. Ground pinch? No, fake. Atow respected it, and then the reset from Diaz. So good at just playing the defender and moving them wherever he needs to. Enough so that Atow even drops him the nice one in chat. Martin, thank you for the tier 1 for 3 months. I have not heard of that artist you mentioned. Atow wins a kickoff. He absolutely has to win. And looks to pass to himself off the ceiling. And then on the ground, Diaz makes the adjustment and gets the save. But it's not over just yet as Shogun counts us down. There is going to be one last chance at a 0-second goal. Atow passes to himself and he's got a wide open net. Diaz had gone all in. We're going to overtime in game number 1. Diaz at 0 boost just found himself too deep into the play. Sure, he got beat to the ball there, but really he had already lost it. And now Atow fake kickoff. Diaz going to take it to his own back wall, and he loves it here. This is maybe worst case scenario if you're Atow. First touch doesn't seem great, but it's Diaz we're talking about, so he's going to have no trouble making a great dribble out of it. Shot is in! Diaz converts. Atow gives him his signature play in overtime, and Diaz makes him regret it. Game number 1 to the South American. Shogun counts us down here on DFH Stadium, the 10-year anniversary edition, as we head to game number 2. Diaz looking to get as many reps, I would hope, as possible in his preparation for Nupo. When Johnny asked me live on the mainstream, in front of everyone, why I had predicted Diaz to win the final, I mentioned he has been so down to grind any match. He's been rank 1 on the leaderboard. He's been ready to play any show match, any tournament. He has been putting in the work, and it shows up on the field in the big moments. And I think this could continue to be the case here as he grinds his way in preparation for his one big match on Saturday, 2 weeks from now. By the way, I know you guys were wondering and keeping track, but your boy Feer, he doesn't miss when it comes to North American Rocket League. 100% prediction rates. Does that mean that maybe North American 1v1 was a bit predictable? No, it doesn't. Because no one else had 100%. Thank you very much. Diaz. Reset denied. 100% not bad. I can do better though. Huh. Interesting. I guess type 1 in chat if you got more than 100% of the predictions correct over the weekend. Maybe 100% wasn't actually as good as I thought it was. To be fair, I should say that, you know, this is series by series prediction, which is easier to do than trying to predict the whole bracket at the beginning of the weekend, because you get to see how everyone's doing and then adjust, right? So I did not lock in picks, although I don't think I had to change them much ever. M. Brandenburg, they had a 16 months prime. Will I be commentating the 1v1 between Diaz and Nupo at LAN? I won't be, but I will be at LAN watch partying. But I will not be commentating. So you should be able to hear my takes on the game. Diaz flick denied. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm hoping for at least a couple less air dribble bumps. And I think we could be in store for that. Knowing how these two players like to play. Nice read from Diaz. Just going to air roll through this one after seeing Atow commit off the ceiling close. He's not going to be able to get back in time, even using his flip for that dash recovery. So you predicted FK to make finals over Wavy. Yeah, that was I mean, Wavy had won the last few times. It was this is RLCS, and FK is like going to be way less affected by the big moments that he's been in a trillion times, as opposed to Wavy, who has yet to necessarily prove. And usually I think a lot of this time, it just comes with time. Like, you just have to be in the spot enough times for it to not affect you. Atow gonna make it 3-2. Diaz from the back corner on a nice air dribble, trying to pin it top right, but a big miss because he didn't get, I mean, he gets a ping, but it pings just straight out as if it just hit the backboard. A little bit down, I guess, than it would have been if it was on the backboard. Needs a ping somewhere across the field instead of directly back out if he wants to try and recover from that. Popping this one high to himself. Can't imagine there's a world in which he can go up to that one and make a play. So instead he just stares at Atow, pulling down his camera to see what he's up to in preparation for the 50. And now, in what I would think is almost rare form for Diaz, he does not take this ball all the way to the back corner. From that position, he often just brings it all the way back and goes for a full foot air dribble. This time around, though, soft touch and looks to keep it around midfield. As Atow tries to make something happen off the back wall, it really just forces saves. Sometimes you got to put a soft shot on target to take a little bit of extra boost out of the defender. But Diaz has managed to survive so far. Atow maybe hoping for a demo, doesn't get it. Even on the follow-up, Diaz is able to evade it. Atow dashing like a madman. Will he be able to make the save when the shot comes? It's a dunk and it's in! Soft flick from Diaz. A strong flick gets sent away, but instead he keeps it under his control and follows up for a 50 that Atow cannot stop. Within one with 54 seconds. Atow able to adjust after losing this 50 really well. Dodging the potential demo attempts. And maybe seems to be taking his sweet time. Playing it kind of like how Diaz does normally, whether he's up in the lead or not. But Atow just switching the field back and forth. Happy to remain in control with this lead, although he almost left a position open. Diaz going to bump him off the ball. Now big boost advantage for Diaz, and he's so good at converting from this spot. But can he do it here against Atow? He can! Are you kidding me? He's Diaz. How does he find a way? The margins here are so slim to get a wave dash catch and get this to the crossbar over the top of Atow without missing it. And yet Diaz does exactly that. And now he's got himself a tie game. Diaz kickoff win into the corner. Can't get the boost steal or the demo. Has to back off now. So Atow might be able to end this without OT. As he watches Diaz behind the ball. Pulls out of his air dribble. Diaz first 50. Can he stop the follow-up? He cannot. It's in. Great reaction to the pre-jump from Atow to just give up on the dribble and force Diaz to make a play on the ball. Diaz is going to need a bigger pinch on the ground if he wanted to clear it out of dangerous way. Now a slight delay. Seems like the only way to play that. Atow maybe prepped for it and adjusted his dunk accordingly, although this ball is floating in the air. Can't imagine a world in which Atow doesn't win, though, with both of them low on boost. Atow going to tie it up. Diaz repping it out in the new car. We'll see if a loss is enough to try and get him to switch, or if he'll keep rocking then Zentari. I believe is how it's said, right? In game number 3. Game number 3. Diaz into the Fennec. Gives a quick check at what Atow is up to before rising for the first air dribble of this game and then pinching it on the ground and in for the first goal. Atow expecting that shot to be taken in the air. You can see the way he's lining it up. If there was ever a touch through the air, he'd be prepared for it, but Diaz lets it fall. Bumps it with his butt into the net. Nice shot for Diaz. He is indeed unbelievable, as even Atow drops him a nice one. When it comes to making a reset shot play, Diaz does it with ease. Atow staring down Diaz as he starts the air dribble. Wants an air dribble bump. Diaz makes the save. Does this show us what might happen on land if it starts to get a little bit too air dribble bumpy again? Diaz swatting this one away indeed. It's hard to not just say it the way that Shogun says it. Oh, that was beautiful. No way they've saved it indeed. Diaz did make a nice save off the kickoff. Now has 0 boost. Got a favorable bounce out of the corner. Needed to put it behind Atow to guarantee there was no shot. Atow, nice placements. What a shot indeed. Slim margins again here from these close angle high shots. I mean, you just have to get the money spot on the crossbar down and in order to score them. And they've done just that. Atow wants to start a dribble from the ground. Diaz saying, no, you have to do it my way or not at all. Take it from the back wall or you're getting challenged. Diaz resets. Elects to bail out of it. Hunting a demo far from the ball. Never very easy to do. Atow getting dunked here on the goal line as Diaz looks to rep it again. Another 50 as he will back up. Boom, a power shot. A big change to how Diaz normally likes to play. The big air dribbler, but maybe he does it just to set up this situation he has right here. This is classic Diaz, and Atow knows it. He tried to get a demo on the back wall, but actually just going for that demo alone forces Diaz to not be able to get the dribble in stride. Now they're going to trade positions as Diaz tries to get the bump on Atow. And now both racing to this ball, find themselves on opposite sides of the play. As the ball pinches straight up, nice touch to himself. Diaz, early jump in order to get the sweet spot touch to be able to land and turn around and make a play. Diaz with a bump onto Atow on the back wall as a part of his dashing, and Atow wants to go next with 4 goals to make up. He gets bumped on that jump, and I mean, this is an early go next in a $500 match. But game number 3 is going to go to Diaz. Game number 4. Atow and Diaz. Diaz dominating in the previous game. Having Atow being willing to go next farther than he necessarily needed to. You never know. Early go nexters have had their comebacks in the past. Koi asked who's winning. I don't know why this is the meme he's done recently. Or he's just always on audio. But the first time chatter is not having anything. Nice demo from Diaz. He will be the first to score. He will be winning in this game, Koi. As he's up 2-1 in the series for all the radio listeners. Type 1 in the chat if you're listening radio style. Diaz sees Atow pre-jumping, so pulls down off the air dribble, and then gives him a nice bump, and scores a second. Atow trying to do the classic KC delay. Not that they really own the delay by any means, but they all throw it in their matches. Doesn't pay off this time for Atow, but he finds a demo shortly after. It wasn't denied, Shogun, but it was pretty easy to deny. There was no pressure. Diaz just had to roll into the ball. Atow trying to give Diaz a taste of his own medicine with this reset of possession to his own back wall. But Diaz not going to have any of that. Maybe even a slight fake like he was turning in order to get Atow to go early. What a save. Nice adjustment on the flip from Diaz to keep it out. He's continuing to watch Atow, who tried to go for a home run dash play is the only thing I could describe there. He was hoping for some crazy chain dash in to dunk off the back wall, I think. And because he was pushing the limits, he just missed it immediately. Reset shot from Diaz is low. Follow-up is in. 3-0. It is absolutely phenomenal. Feer is the best caster for deaf people. I'm not going to take that one to heart too much. Wait, type 1 in chat if you're deaf. Diaz. Off the ceiling directly into Atow. And Atow going to walk it in. Delay kickoff going to work much better this time for Atow. He actually maybe even slightly adjusted left, which is where it got beat past him last time in order to make sure he got a touch on it. But he gets himself demoed, so after all, he still finds himself on defense off of the delay kickoff. And Diaz is just going to cut this into net. Nice save from Atow. Didn't give up on the play. Little check down at what Diaz is up to. And now takes to the skies for a reset shot of his own. He got too much on it. He needed a ton of power, but he got too much, and he drops a go for it. Type go for it in the chat, and you indeed will say go for it on this chat overlay. Diaz drops an I got it, but then didn't go for the ball. Like it didn't seem like he actually had it. Atow reset shots. Gets it out ahead. Needed a good bounce on the post. Maybe didn't need it. Would have been a little bit easier with a good bounce on the post. Instead, he gets a back wall. Still finds the angle. And that is definitely not a good delay kickoff here. I think he adjusts to the right, which he had been doing. And Diaz just shoots it around him the other way. Oh, no, he went left again. And Diaz just put it almost straight down the center. 5-2 in favor of Diaz. Atow, that curve dash off the back wall. Now, getting ready to start a dribble. Is going to have to deal with Diaz challenging him immediately. Probably needs a goal soon as he gets his boost taken from him. It might not be likely, considering the early forfeit we got earlier. 6-2. Yep, I was going to say, this is If you pair this with the early forfeit before, I bet this is GG's. GG's! Atow and Diaz. Diaz proves to be too much for Atow as he preps for his match against Nupo. GG's. And I can't leave the game. GGG's. Shout out Epic Games. Shout out Epic Games for sponsoring today's matches, today's stream. Season 19 out right now. Go check it out. Here's me checking it out right now. Somebody in chat said that they liked the way the Zentari looks in a black decal. I kind of agree. I was going through and I felt like the Furia decal fit the nicest. I was also kind of a Furia decal believer, more so than anyone else was. Also, of course, new Rocket Pass and new clubs. Chat, who wants to join Feer Corp? I made a new club. I wasn't in a club before. I'll be honest. Established 2025. Can I change? Club customization. Can I change the established 2025 or is it just going to stay that way? At me, I'm on DSC 1439. I was established 2015, dude. Next to rename club. Club customization. Oh, this guy. Established 20 into club? Where is DSC 1439? Rule 1 followers, pure class, into club. Excelsior, Demo Devils, club of the month. Kind of like that one the most. Aerial Defense Force. What are we thinking, chat? Club of the month, kind of like employee of the month at Fear Corporation. Fear Corporation was elected club of the month. Chat, who's gonna farm my goals up if I invite you to the club? That's what I need. Who's gonna be grinding games, getting my goals, saves, and assists up for my club? That's what I need to know. Type me smiley face in chat if it's gonna be you. How many people am I allowed to have in my club? Show the roster. Chat, do you guys think that Beast Mode would join my club? If I invite to club, you think he hits yes? %? You think Raleigh joins my club? Guys, you think Dr. Gnome would join my club? Who do I need to join my club? Billy the Kid? Type 1 in chat if Billy the Kid 69.6 should join the club. Billy the Kid, dude. Get in my club. Dude, I bet AJ would grind for my club. Invite Dark? I don't think he's online. Think Yan would grind for my club? Think Life would grind for my club? The Mock? Dude, the Mock would absolutely grind for my club. Did the Mock ever finish his subathon? He came back, but then I swear he hasn't been live again. Excuse to flex his friend list? You would? Invite First Killer to club? The thing is, I think the pros have all, like... what related clubs? Like their actual org related clubs. The match is finished. Here's the match results. For those of you who wanted them spoiled. No, Fear ignored you? No, actually accepted you to boss. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, who looks silly now? Which one of us looks silly now, brother? You know the Mock would join? Well, Mentuin capitalized his M, and I'm all thrown off, dude. That's like getting a haircut with one of your buddies you CRL a ton. all of a sudden they get a haircut. You're like, dude, something looks wrong. Mentuin capitalized his M, and I'm lost. When will you reset the VIPs? They've been reset. Okay, chat, here's the deal. I'm not sure we're going to do much more today. As part of the hashtag Epic Partner stream, hashtag They're the Goats, hashtag Shout Out Epic, hashtag Thanks for sponsoring this stream and prize pool, hashtag You don't have to do that, but you do, and we appreciate you. But we're going to try and get more matches like this again tomorrow. Might be later. They might be later streams because everybody's in NA, so everything is shifted really late. People like to play after scrims. The most popular time to do show matches is like you do your scrim, you lock in for that, and then when you would just be grinding ranked late into the night, you replace that with a show match, so it's nice and late. So a lot of people are saying they're ready to be pretty late. So we will maybe have some more streams later this week late. Maybe some Nupo prep matches next week when he gets here. But for now, what to do for now? We are, by the way, streaking, which I never updated. We are 23 streaking. I'm thinking what we do now is a little mountain mingling. A little mountain mingling. Is 84 really more than 21, though? A question that's tough to answer, for sure. Queen up, chat! Queen up, queen up, queen up! I think a lot of pro players are scrimming right now. I don't think we'd be able to get another match. We had a nice awkward best of 7 that turned into a best of 5 retroactively. And then we had another follow-up best of 5, which was nice and strong. That one ended 3-1, right? I think it was like all forfeits too. Atow won game 2, and then only scored 3 goals after that, as Diaz shut him down defensively. Type exclamation point play. Any new perks for the King of Marbles? No, there's not any new perks yet. Andrewski is currently the King of Marbles. He might lose it right now. I've been meaning to code up some perks, but it's been busy with. I've been busy with vacation. Does that make sense? I've been busy vacationing. So, pretty sure that makes full sense. One thing I might do is I might put like a little crown on screen whenever we do marbles, and like your name under it. If you're the king of the marbles, we'll see. As well as being able to time people out, and of course the VIP that comes with it. Why wasn't I invited on your vacation? Awkward. How much did your VTuber cost, and was the mustache extra? Oh, by the way, you can keep typing exclamation point play. One thing that I wanted to announce that has clearly been announced by like default is I've got somebody helping out with the YouTube. I have somebody helping me edit with the YouTube, make more videos than we used to in the past. Hopefully just crank out more and better YouTube content. And if you guys couldn't tell by watching some of the like videos that he made, it's Edit Tim. It's Edit Tim. He's made a ton of like Rocket League highlight videos. He's even done our like tournaments in the past. He has messaged me before. I said if you could please, only upload them after the matches. But yeah, if you guys haven't heard of this guy, Edit Tim, he does a ton of these highlight videos that people have been really liking. Including, wow, 55,000. I might have to go watch this. Streamers react to the crazy grand final. Seems like that must be a pretty interesting one. But anyways, I feel like this guy was clearly running, the Rocket League scene pretty well. Seems to be up to date. I went ahead and reached out to him and said, "Do you want to help me with my channel?" And he said, "Yeah, for sure." So we've got him helping out with the Feer channel, and he made a couple best ofs and stuff, and is taking a lot off my plate. Hopefully that means we can run more videos and do more things. Maybe it'll just be a like test few months or something, see how it goes. How many Liquipedia points does it cost? Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of like anything I pay for is a trade-off with prize pools for like big tournaments. So sometimes those trades are good, sometimes they're bad. But the thing is, players are kind of just accepting tournaments even with bigger prize pools less often. So might as well use that somewhere. So yeah, check out the YouTube, exclamation point YouTube. For now, let's run some marbles. Shout out Epic Games. When are you gonna do major predictions? I should have a couple more streams. We have Cash Cups coming up as well. 1v1 Cash Cups. We'll probably do Mina, NA, and EU again for their grand finals. And then we also have more of these streams. I think we're going to try and do at least one more, if not like two. And who knows, I wouldn't stop there. I'd be down to 3, 4 more if we can get fun matchups, fun like LAN matchups over the next couple weeks. Then we got Watch Party for the Major. And then we've got in-person Watch Party for the Major. Now, one of the trades that I had to make, guys, is that the Friday Swiss stage, the Watch Party is gonna have to end like halfway through the day, because the only flight that made any sense at all was during the games, which I know is a bummer, and I wanted to just like leave, but I had to go across basically the whole country to get to LAN. And in order to do that and not just like not get to sleep, I had to leave partway through the day on Friday. But we'll still have a good, healthy watch party that day. And like I said before, I don't know if it's fully announced. I think it's locked in. I don't know if Reddles has mentioned it, but I believe it's going to be me and Reddles watch partying together. It's like a 5-hour flight. It's going to be a couple flights. Probably totaling around 5 hours, I would think. You're surprised you got my visa in time. My US visa to go from Arizona to North Carolina. I'm not famous yet. Famous enough for a private jet yet? No, I am not. Will I sign your giant neon 5 sign? That would be so awesome if someone had a giant neon 5 sign. Also, how is Koi so good at marbles, dude? He didn't win, but I mean, my goodness, dude. I feel like he does pretty darn well. B. Mendez, Doc Champion. Congratulations on your victory. Follower since February. Only took him 4 months to get a win. I'm sure some of you have been here for years and you've never won a marbles. It took B. Mendez Champion all but 4 minutes to get a win. Yep. Andrewski stays king. Andrewski stays king of the marbles. You can only become king of the marbles as a sub. Because as we all know, only royalty has a chance at being king. I'm going to wear it as a marbles at the end of the streamer when shirt. It's Jorge! Every good marbles needs a loser. And this one, I definitely noticed the similarity in thumbnail styles. Oh, interesting. I don't know if we'll have like Edit Tim do the thumbnails always. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna figure it all out. But the editing style is really his signature. That is quite clear. G's today, chats. I had a good time. Hopefully you did as well. Shout out Epic Games, man, for partnering with the stream today. Season 19, go check it out. Boot it up. If you just boot up the game at all, I think you get this goal explosion, which is a pretty nice one. Everything is golden themed. 1 second, I'm showing you guys the goal explosion before we go goodbye here. This one right here. Nice shot. Nice shot. I'm covering it. All right, chat. Hope you had a good time today. We'll be live, hopefully, more this week. Multiple times this week. For sure this weekend for the Cash Cups. Maybe even live tomorrow, later in the night, as more people show up into NA and we get more matches. Thanks for hanging, guys. Thanks to Bacchus for the $500 donation towards the prize pools to make them even more hype. Appreciate that, homie. Always the GOAT. Always have been. Shout out Epic Games as well. See you next time.